But older guys, like much older than me, is trying to flirt with me because they think if I'm Russian, I'm easygoing, or like they do have this idea over here that Russian is like Russian prostitution, for example. I don't know why, but it's, dude, can you just get away from here? That's it. And that's how my harassment will end right away. I will never put myself in the position when I feel harassed. A lot of people used to think that if I'm Russian, I'm a soldier who is going every morning to kill someone or do something bad. And when I was working as a server, a lot of people refused to be served by me just because I was Russian. And I'm like, guys, like, I've been living here for so many years and I have nothing to do with my government and with the politics over there. If I'm here means like probably I choose a different life. Why you act like this? Especially we are in Canada.
So let's start with the food edition. Let's talk about Russian food.
Oh yes, that's my favorite part.
Or should we talk about the Russian girls?
Yeah.
Girls or food?
Girls are food?
Yeah.
Let's talk about the relationship.
Relationships?
Yes.
Let's talk about the food then. Okay. We'll talk after the episode about that. Rate how Russian you are out of a scale of 1 to 10.
100.
100?
Yeah.
Like the scale is up 1 to 10?
I was bad at math, but I'm pretty Russian. I'm more Russian than everyone else.
Okay, perfect. And how many cups of tea can a Russian have in a day?
Tea? Like probably 5 a day.
And how much you?
I don't drink tea. I
Not
drink
at all?
coffee.
And you just said you are 100% Russian.
I mean, Russian also drinks coffee. Can you imagine?
Yes. And vodka as well. But like, how come you doesn't?
I love tea, but like, I'm not a big fan of it. Like, I prefer to have coffee.
Oh, okay. So like, I also never had a tea. Like, I had one tea this year. One tea in a year is okay for me. But I'm very much obsessed with the coffee.
But you know, I know that India has so many good teas.
Oh yeah, a lot. But I'm not a foodie person at all, so I cannot even give you any suggestions. Even I don't even know like what are the famous things of my own hometown.
Wait, so how do you think, for out of 10 scale, how Indian you are?
100%.
100%? But out of 10?
Out of 10, 10 I would say.
Okay, that's good.
But the problem is, so I belong to Punjab, so I cannot read and write my own language.
Oh, so you guys have a different one, right?
Oh yeah, so one national language, one state language. So we have like different kind of education system in India.
Okay.
I can talk in my own language, like my provincial language, but I cannot read and write because my schooling was from an English board.
But do you understand other Indians?
I do.
You do?
Yeah, I can read, write, understand my national language.
Okay.
I can understand and can communicate in my provincial language.
Okay.
But I cannot read and write it.
Okay.
And people were like, how come you cannot read and write your own language?
Yeah, that's quite interesting. So you guys have a different one.
In my schooling, we were not allowed to have that language. We only supposed to stick to either English or Hindi.
Is it like based on the history? That's why you guys have this kind of
No,
things?
not the history, but based on the education system in India. So we have like state board, national board, and international board.
Okay.
Because it's strictly prohibited to use the regional language in the school. So I can identify the alphabets. I have practiced writing my name, but I cannot read and write it. But yeah, I can figure out my name. Yeah, this alphabets.
That's interesting.
Yeah, because in India, I'm not sure, but I guess in India we have 15 languages. I don't know. My friend said we have 27, but I can see on our currency, on our bills, I can see 15 languages. So that's very much difficult as well because India has a lot of diversity in terms of cultural, languages, beliefs, and a lot of other things. And even dialects keep on changing in every 10 kilometers.
So you guys count it as a kilometers, right?
Yeah, we do count distance in kilometers. How do you...
Russia is the same, yeah.
Kilometers, right?
Yeah.
And how do we do in Canada?
Inches?
What? Did you say inches?
No.
Did you say inches?
Inches, yeah. No, inches is like... No, wait.
No,
it's
wait,
feet.
like... No.
Yeah, kilometers and what else? No.
Oh.
I cannot swear. Yeah, you're right, miles. Am I dumb?
Oh,
Probably.
no, you are, but you are acting dumb, but like you cannot measure distance.
Yeah,
so
miles,
inches is basically for the heights.
Yeah.
If I would say how tall you are, then you would say, okay, like X, Y, Z
that's
inches,
what I
right?
meant. Because today, like one random...
So, tell me about your journey when you...
Your nose is itching. You know, like, in Russia we have a saying, when your nose is itching,
Yeah.
means like you have to drink vodka.
So, Is it a hint
or
that
you
you
gonna drink vodka, like in
so
the end of the day.
so is it a hint that you want a vodka right now?
No, but we have the same. Like,
Okay.
knows, yeah. Or
And
who
if
knows?
if in
Maybe
India
I'm gonna.
we do this thing, there's no hints, but I guess it's a sign that we are under the influence of cold or fever or infection.
I'm fine. So
Okay, let's talk about your journey when you worked in a gas station and then you worked in a construction company.
yeah.
How was that transition? If you can explain me, how did that transition happen? And you did your corporate job and then you bounced back to pubs and you started
Pubs.
I mean clubs.
Clubs, even worse. To the restaurant.
Oh, to
Yeah.
okay, to the restaurants.
Not pubs and clubs.
Okay, restaurants.
Because
and-
people is gonna think that I drink vodka, I smoke cigarette. I change my office
Okay.
job to pubs and clubs.
I'm sorry. And yeah, so how that transition happened and why did you do that? Why did you bounce as a bartender? Why you did not stick to corporate, which people are craving for?
Well, let's start from the gas station. First of all, my first job in Canada was literally working at the gas stations.
Yeah.
I got scammed
Yeah.
because they gave me five guys rounds of interview. Everything looked so formal. Like I was going to the office for the all 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Everything was looking professional. It was different managers and people
Yeah.
who were interviewing me. And I was like, I got so lucky when I got selected.
Yeah.
And at the first day of work, they told me, can you dress up nice? Because like we have an office style. And I'm like, oh, that's my first office job ever.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went, like, by the way, I was wearing this dress for my first work day over there.
Mm-hmm.
And it's actually happened only for 30 minutes. We had a brief meeting. And then they told us, okay, here's the orange vests. Let's go on location. I'm like, what kind of location?
On the top of this dress?
No, they told me like to change to the
Okay.
something more warmer because it was like October, November, something
Yeah.
like that. So I got changed. They put this vest on top of it, and they said, "Let's go on a location." I'm like, "What kind of location?" They told me, "Oh, you're gonna see," and they brought me to the real gas station, and they told me, "Elizabeth, here's the thing, the spray that cleans tiles, windows, and everything. You should sell it." And I'm like, "Okay, how is supposed to sell it?" They gave me a pitch, the words that I have to say to the customers.
Yeah.
So I literally had to go to the customers and say, "Hey, how are you doing today? Have you ever seen this thing before?" And they say, "No, girl, get up, get away from here." I'm like, "No, can you look one more time?" And like, you cannot imagine how embarrassing I was feeling because of that. And after a couple of days of working like that, I didn't sell anything because I was feeling so embarrassing. And they told me, "Elizabeth, if you're not going to sell anything, you're not going to get salary." I'm like, "What do you mean?" He said to me, "Salary is based on commissions." And after that, I realized in what kind of situation I ended up. It was really weird for me. And that was like funny, but at the same time, really strange period of my life. So I quit after like a couple of months of working there, and I found my office job. You know
Okay.
why? You know why? Because I think not why. The way how I found the office job is
Yep.
just because of the connection.
Okay.
Because like I built like certain of the people that could help me, and they helped me to find this office job. And this office job was actually good for my first experience.
And then what was the reason of moving to as a bartender?
But after 2 years of working over there, I realized that I didn't come here to Canada for rooting in the office chair, and I was like, I don't have enough time. I'm just working to pay my bills. I don't have a time.
Yeah.
I'm working from 9 to 5, 5 days a week. No sense. And I'm still young and full of energy. When, if it's not today, I'm going to bring this energy to something that I'm really passionate about. And I'm passionate about blogging, Instagram, social media. So I decided to choose something maybe less professional, less luxury and less stable, but something that could give me more freedom to do what I truly love, and that could bring me to my main goal after that,
Was it not a risky decision to leave a corporate and getting into a job which is not more stable? Because I worked in corporate and then I see that as more stable. I know it was Monday to Friday, it was 9 to 5, Moreover, I like all the benefits they were giving to me, and because I worked in food industry as well as a supervisor, manager, and everything.
Yeah.
I saw that as more hectic for me. When I moved to corporate, that was like more comfort and convenient for me. And
Yeah, I understand. Like for me, it's more about personal change because
okay,
it hits you. It hits on your self-esteem when you
okay,
quit your how you say, like a luxury office position. Because I used to be a marketing manager over there,
okay,
and you just become a server just to clean someone plates and like to talk about some stupid things
yeah,
and smile even if you're not happy, like these kind of things.
yeah.
Yes, but surprisingly, being a server brings you much more money than office job.
Oh yeah, of course. What is the highest amount of tip you ever made as a server?
I would say for 10 hours of working, I made like $800.
In one day, 10 hour
800,
shift.
like 8 9 hour shift just by tips plus my salary, right? Or servers also has like a minimum wage, so
Yeah.
so if you count everything together with the salary as well, it was like more than 1,100 for 8 hours.
When I was working as a server, I made, so it was not a 10-hour shift, it was a 4-hour shift,
Okay.
and the pay rate was 20 something,
Mm-hmm.
and I made like $450 as just as a tip.
But what did you do for that?
I mean, why? Sorry, what?
What did you do to get this tip?
Nothing. I was just serving the drinks and
Like to get,
alcoholics
I never got so much. Like it was just one tip, or it was a total of
collective in a one day.
Oh, okay.
So it's a one day.
Okay,
One day,
I
yeah.
was like,
It was a 4-hour shift, so sometime it might could stretch to like might be 5 hours, or it might could be 3 hours and a half.
okay.
But it's always minimum 4 hours, and yes, on average I made like 400, 500, 400. The least tip I had ever made is like 120. So yeah, the worst was $50.
How you would welcome guests? Can you show me how you would say to the guest, "Hello"? What I'm saying usually is like, "Hi, my name is Elizabeth. I'm gonna be your server today."
Honestly, if you would ask me, I was so rude. Like my all the staff was like, "Why you're so much rude to the guests?" I was not rude. It just I sound like very much rude, but I was being very nice and polite. Hi, how may I help you?
Okay.
And then he was like, I want this, this drink, that drink. And then I was just giving them, and I don't know, they were just doing the tips. And it was not on the cash, it was on the POS terminal.
Well, that's a good result.
You can always see the receipt. Okay, I made $100. I said, okay, 30 minutes are done. I've already made like $150.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I like to do that as well.
So that's why I purposely choose. So for that, like, of course, I had the smart serve. And no, I don't want to say this. Yeah. So I had the smart serve. Okay, next important question, which has been a biggest challenge for every person who has came as an international person in Canada, regardless of nationality and whatsoever. How did you able to manage or handle the cultural differences and the language barriers?
I would say that there's no way you can manage it. You just live with that and you get used to it. That's it.
Yeah, but like it might quite be challenging for you to understand the Canadian accent. When I was new to Canada, it wasn't that much easy for me to understand the way they were pronouncing some
Canadian
particular
accent.
words.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So how
like,
long?
for me, it's like a little bit easier because all I'm doing when I don't understand, because after even 6 years of living here, like sometimes 30% of the conversation I don't understand. I'm just smile and laugh. That's it. And then they say, "Why are you laughing?" So what is your answer? I'm like, and they're like, "Okay, she's just dumb." So that's how I actually figure out all conversation. I don't understand sometimes Canadian accent, and that's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, like I don't have to. Like I will ask to repeat. Maybe I'm gonna say like, "Excuse me, could you please say what did you mean by that?" That's it.
Okay. And what about the cultural differences?
Your culture is inside of you. Like when I'm coming home after work, I'm gonna cook something from back home, or I'm gonna dress as a Russian girl, or I'm gonna talk as a Russian girl. So I feel like culture is always inside of me. I don't understand these people who move to different country and build their own country inside of different country. What, like, no sense. Like, why you have to build the same stores, the same things, like inside of different country? Dude, you just literally moved for some reasons, probably, right? Why you have to do that?
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Next question is,
what about you? Like, you said like you sometimes you don't understand Canadian accent, right?
Honestly, I have. So if you would ask me, I usually understand 98% of their conversation
Mm-hmm.
because it wasn't very much difficult for me to understand their language at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was in India, I used to watch a lot of English movies, so I was quite good on understanding both American, British, and Canadian accents.
Okay.
So because I was so much into the web series and English dramas, movies, magazines, novels, interviews, podcast,
Oh,
all
that's
the English
nice.
celebrity, I always used to listen them a lot. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why it was not difficult for me at all. The difficult for me was to talk the way they were. So let's suppose in the food industry, I being an Indian, I always say the word inventory, but they would say it inventory.
Mm-hmm.
So I started accepting those words. So another word is they were like, I was finishing some errands, slangs, which are more often than not. So I started embracing those, and that has helped me improve my accent and skills in like first 6 months.
Oh, that's
So when
interesting.
I started working in a customer service, that was that again gave me opportunity to understand their language, their
Mm-hmm.
accents, their opening salutations,
Mm-hmm.
how they took the pause, how do they talk, how do they spell certain words. It made me so much easier to communicate and navigate through the conversation. That's why it's never been a barrier. It was a barrier, I would say, for first 2 months because I was new here,
Mm-hmm.
and I was still had the same accent back I had back in India.
Mm-hmm.
I still talk in the same way. It just I had some kind of polishing on certain words to make the communication more convenient.
Okay.
So like I remember I was in my school and I said aluminium,
Mm-hmm.
and the guy said next to me aluminum. So I try to understand the difference, and I love embracing and understanding the language differences.
Mm-hmm.
That made it more easy for me.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's how it
That's
works.
actually that's interesting. Like I never work on my accent.
I actually worked a lot on it, and I feel like I should. It's important for a long-term survival in Canada and Canadian society when you're on a call, when you have to talk to somebody. So it's I guess it made a sense of alliance among each other.
Yeah, like you know what I just realized. I feel like I don't hear your Indian accent because for me to understand Indians is quite hard.
Yeah, because if I talk an Indian accent, then I have to talk an Indian way. But it's been like 6 years now, so
Yeah,
and I'm
doesn't you don't sound like a.
but like if I intently choose to talk an Indian accent, that would make things difficult for the Canadian. Because honestly, I don't know any much of Indians over here. I never got a chance to talk to Indian much. I only know like 3 Indian person in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
One is my brother. Second is my best friend. He's in Canada again, and
Mm-hmm.
I met this guy in my class. He's in Toronto, so I can count on my fingers.
Okay.
Only 3% in terms of my friends.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, I was so much unlucky to have Indian friends. They never talked to me, they never preferred to have me as their friend. I had more opportunity to be friends with every other person but Indian.
Mm-hmm.
So I got more chance to understand their language, their culture, their work ethics, their beliefs. How do they walk? How do they talk? How important is to embrace their culture? The way
Yeah.
you said, like how important is to understand the alien culture, that help you further reduce the factor of xenophobia,
Yeah.
which I had back in India.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why it's important for me to be surrounded with the people who are more into the core foreign culture to understand their beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the only point of coming to Canada, right? If you still come here and you will stick to your beliefs, and you cannot impose your wills, your talks, or your methodologies over the other, no, that's not gonna work.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
because we
That's
are we
actually a
are for
great advice. Like, if you come into a new
yeah,
country, you should like try to be fully
exact
involved in the
yeah. So
community
so
of
you have
Canadians
exactly
or native
you
to.
have to
Yeah.
understand like how important is like when I came to Canada, I have worked with a lot of Canadian. Like 99% of my co-workers has always been Canadian. Every workplace I worked, I have seen like 2 to 3% of Indian, including myself. My last workplace, I was the only Indian,
Mm-hmm.
and rest every person was Canadian over there. And I got to know a lot from them. I used to hang out with them. I used to go to like bowling games, fun together, a lot of things. And I understand how important is to talk slowly when you're talking to a Canadian,
Mm-hmm.
which is unlike in case of India. We talk so fast, but in Canada, it's very important to talk slowly to break the word, to break the
Yeah, yeah.
conversation, give them a time to process the words.
Mm-hmm.
You just cannot shoot everything in a one shot. No, it's not going to work for them. And it's very important to be polite. It's very important to mindful of our tone.
Mm-hmm.
It's very important to not invade someone's privacy. So, and it's lot of things I've learned in Canada in some of communication, because I see communication as a key which has helped me. If I would have stick to my own ideology of talking, that would have certainly not helped me
Mm-hmm.
making my ways through the all those situations I've been through. That
Yeah.
was the reason when why people say that you're not getting addressed, they're not getting acknowledged. It's not a universal belief, but I think if you start accepting their beliefs rather than imposing your own ideologies on them,
Mm-hmm.
things would be more easier.
Exactly. That's what I believe 100%.
So, yeah. I've seen your transition from 2021.
Yes.
What it has actually costed you other than the money?
Cost me my family,
Yeah.
my old lifestyle,
Yeah.
stability,
Mm-hmm.
and probably my mental health as well.
Okay. Okay, so coming to next important topic, as an international, so we're just covering all international things. So
Yeah.
have you ever faced racism, classism, or elitism, or anything like such?
I have no idea about the meanings for the last three words, to be honest,
Okay.
except of racism. That's it.
Okay, so yeah, have you ever faced any racism?
Harassment or racism?
Okay, harassment and racism are two different things. Let's go with the racism first.
I'm again like I used to be in the situations when all the time when I'm going somewhere, like especially at work or somewhere else, like I see a lot of like I don't know why, but older guys, like much older than me, is trying to flirt with me because they think if I'm Russian, I'm easygoing, or like they do have this idea over here that Russian is like Russian prostitution, for example. I don't know
Okay.
why, but it's like true. And I've been facing with these things sometimes as well. And a lot of like guys was flirting with me, but nothing that I would be offended. Like in Canada, they have more rights for the personal space
Yeah,
or for the
yeah.
personal saying. But for me, like I'm just like, dude, can you just get away from here? That's it. And that's how my harassment will end right away. I will never put myself in the position when I feel harassed. But after the war started in Ukraine, 2022, it was quite a hard time for me because a lot of people used to think that if I'm Russian, I'm a soldier who is going every morning to kill someone or do something bad. And when I was working as a server, a lot of people refused to be served by me just because I was Russian. And I'm like, guys, like I've been living here for so many years and I have nothing to do with my government and with the politics over there. If I'm here means like probably I choose a different life. Why you act like this? Especially we are in Canada.
Yeah.
That's completely different country. Like what are you
Mhm.
doing? So in this kind of situation, yes, I did face some of the harassment and like I would say, how you gonna say that? Like racism?
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, harassment and racism are basically two different things, but that's fine. It's okay. I mean,
Yeah, but harassment is something more physical, no?
yeah, it's more of physical. It could be verbal abuse, or I guess mental abuse and
Oh,
physical
yeah.
abuse. And racism is more falls into when
Your
people are not
nationality, yeah.
accepting on the basis of your nationality, your caste, color,
Religion.
creed, background,
Gotcha.
race, or anything like that.
Yeah.
One important question for you: you just talk about that. A lot of things have costed you, including your family, your mental peace, right? Other than the money
Yeah.
in during your Canada journey.
Mm-hmm.
So, how do you handle anxiety and overthinking? Because that's one of the most prominent problem which is arising among the immigrants. So, how do you handle that? Specifically, when you said you prefer isolation, spending time with yourself,
Yes.
going on a solo date, going on a long walks, forest strolling on the weeks on the beach,
Mm-hmm.
then how do you manage your overthinking and anxiety?
Like when I start overthinking too much, I ask myself only one question. Does it worth it for this moment? Like, no, let me start from the beginning. Like, when I start overthinking, I'm like, I have only one question in my mind. Like, is it worth it right now at this moment to spend your nerves? Like, if it's gonna have the same meaning after like couple of days or months, are you gonna feel the same? Probably not. Is it gonna change your life or do something really bad for you that you're gonna die? Probably no. So if the answers for the first two questions is no, why do I have to worry? Everything is everything is flexible. You can solve any problem that you have in your whole life. Depends how you look at this problem. The worst game that stand between you and overthinking is your brain. How you gonna put your brain and about what you're gonna think. That's what is gonna be a change gamer, game changer.
Yeah. Okay.
Did I say it right?
You said it exactly
The
right.
thing that I'm saying, like, it's all goes through your mind, and you just ask yourself, what I'm afraid of, like that I'm fail. Okay, but what if I'm not gonna fail? I'm gonna succeed. Or like, if I'm fail, what I'm gonna lose? At least I know that I tried, So that's how it
100%.
works. Yeah.
Okay. So in your last 6 year of journey, what is your biggest breakdown? Which has
Breakdown.
biggest breakdown.
When I ended up with a huge panic attack at the hospital.
When was it?
Like maybe 2021. I got my first, like, I was going to work to my office job, and I realized that my heart started beating so much and I couldn't hear properly. My whole body started shaking, and I never ever experienced anything like that in my whole life. To be honest, I used to think it was like I'm dying or I'm getting insult or like something that my heart is gonna stop right now, because I couldn't even take a breath. And that's how I was like, no, I should go to the hospital. And I went to the hospital, and they did so many screenings for me, so many, like they did a lot of stuff with me, but I ended up being with a psychologist at the hospital, and she started asking me, when was the last time when you saw your family? And I start crying after that. And she's like, oh, you just have a panic attack, girl. I'm like, panic attack? What is that? It's not even exist. But after she's like, no, it's exist, and it means like you have some problems with your mental health. You have to take care of yourself better. And after that, I realized that I should start taking care of myself mentally.
Okay. So since you are into meditation also, right?
Medications? No.
Okay, I'm sorry. Let's try it again. So since you are doing okay. I know, I mean, it's a slip of tongue. I'm so sorry.
Medication.
Okay. So since you are into meditation, not medication,
Yeah.
how it has helped you improve your mental health?
By the way, it helps really with the overthinking. Like there's different type of meditations. The one that inspires you, the one that helps you to clear your mind from overthinking, for example, the ones who is waking you up and brings you energy, the ones who help you to fall asleep, the ones like that helps to deal with the anxiety or depressions.
Okay.
So it depends on my period of my life. I do different meditations. In the morning, I will say it will be just a clear meditation. There is no sound, like nothing except of some nature, like little bit of sound on the background.
Okay.
And that's it. And you just sit for 5 minutes with your own thoughts, and you just let it go. Like wherever you think about, you don't overthink. You just pass all these thoughts. And the evening meditation, the one that helps me to go sleep.
Okay. So let's have a transition.
Yeah.